What's up, guys? This is former Rookie of the Year, All-Pro and two-time Pro Bowl running back Clint Portis, and you are listening to the Benched Podcast.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Bench Podcast. My name is Joey, joined as always by my brother and co-host Angel. What's up, man?
What's up? What's going on? Last show you complimented my hat. I'll compliment yours.
Thank you.
You have
This
a
is
nice
the,
bench hat.
Nah, you beat me to it.
We gave a couple of these away during the live
show
stream.
the camera. Show the folks at home. There we go.
Carhartt, the maker.
Yeah.
Spare no expense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. What is that from?
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Shout out to the guy who died.
The guy who died.
What's his name?
Episode. I'm gonna stop right there.
There you go.
It's not getting any better. Episode 121. Thanks so much for joining us today. We got a packed show for you. We're gonna get Terrell on the phone here in a second. That'll be fun. Him, the Thorogood family, participated at Family Feud.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now, he's not allowed to divulge who won or too much about the results of the show.
I didn't think to ask
Don't
him.
ask.
I didn't think to ask him.
But yeah,
First thing I'm gonna ask.
excited to check in with him. He's over in Hotlanta. And then today, I'm really excited. The post-draft Angels Heavenly Top 10.
Ooh,
Yes.
Very excited to get into that.
Yeah, a lot of movers because a lot of people had fantastic drafts who were in the top 10. You'll find out later.
Yep.
Very, very excited for that one.
That as well as catching up on the latest news and notes from around the league. It's going to be a really, really good show. Over at the producer's desk, double barrel action. Packers owner Gabe Tovar. Very nice. I like that.
Ooh,
I feel like you've been wanting to do that since you joined the show.
I bought
and he
this.
keeps forgetting.
I bought this at
Like
lunchtime.
he can never make it to that point to like not open it. And then of course join him the Philadelphia Eagles fan, not owner. I'm gonna say that'd be awesome.
One day.
That'd be awesome.
Right?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll see. Like and subscribe. 6'5" AJ Woodson.
What's up?
How
What's
you
up?
doing,
What's up?
AJ?
Feeling good.
Why don't you ever say like 5'8" Angel? That'd be pretty cool. 6'5".
Yeah, I feel like you answered your own question.
I'm like, I don't care.
That's why we don't say it.
I don't mean to correct Joey here, but aren't you 6'4"?
I'm one of those. I started growing my hair.
I like 6'5". 6'5". Oh yeah, you do. Your hair's a little longer.
I used to be like
What
kind
a
of bald.
douchebag.
But, yeah.
I'm
Gabe,
sorry. It's just always it's always bothered me. It's
My
like,
wife
you're
always says 6'4".
now I'm never gonna change it. Can you hit the breaking news thing real quick?
Oh yeah. Nope, that's not it.
It's gonna be good.
Ooh, we got something?
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention?
Been a while.
I've just
So
been
low.
handed an urgent and horrifying news story.
Totally killed that guy.
Go ahead. We're on it, dude.
Sweet.
Why is this here?
I'm Susan. What a lob.
Thing out of here.
What a lob. Okay, go ahead. Take it away, Joey. Hey, you know what? Hey, you know what? The intro matches the news. It's just okay news, but it just came on my phone right now. Former Lions receiver, DJ Chark signing with the Chargers, 1-year deal. That's a big deal because
They don't have shit.
they don't got no budget.
that changes up something.
Yep, that
I kind of
might
want to talk about.
Yep. So
Does
just
it
thought-
though? Because
Throw
it's
it in
just
there. Yeah, it does.
just
Well,
the-
sure,
Yeah,
he's good.
it
now.
has implications.
DJ
Yeah.
Chark is.
Let's not ruin it. We've got some,
Yeah, right,
something
right.
kind of.
We'll catch you later.
We'll get to that later. If you're watching on YouTube, welcome to the channel.
Hi.
If it's your first time watching us, joining the show, because a lot of you are new. And welcome to the show. I'm Joey. This is my brother Angel.
Hola.
Of course, that guy over there. I almost said the ugly one. That's not nice.
Oh,
It's not, you're not the ugly one.
Rock paper scissors for who it is.
he's
Talking about you, Gabe.
Oh, dang it.
I mean, come on.
That's the other Tovar brother, of course.
Hi.
Childhood friend.
Don't you do that ever
AJ
again.
Woodson. That was so fast. Anyway, if you're new to the channel, we do shows 3 times a week, pretty much no matter what. We're going to be jumping into some fantasy stuff more as we go through the summer. AJ's going to be helping with that a lot. Of course, the big brain man himself, Professor David Adams, is a connoisseur of fantasy facts, just bouncing around that big old brain of his.
Yeah.
But yeah, make sure you're here for fantasy information because honestly, we love fantasy.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how people talk football and be into fantasy and not mention fantasy. That's like one of the first things I think. When I was watching the draft, in my mind computer, it's immediately going fantasy impact, okay, real life impact, okay.
Okay.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
And usually people, we talk about this a lot off air. And fantasy has ruined our minds so much that when someone, God forbid, gets hurt, first thing we think about is like, is that affecting my fantasy guide? How's that affect? That's just what. And the first thing you do when you meet like a dude at work or someone at or like whatever. Like, hey, do you play fantasy? Oh, show me your team. Let me do that awkward conversation where you show each other's teams.
Dude, last year's draft. So I had the first pick in our dynasty league. I already had Kyle Pitts. I already had Drake London. Soon as Bijan Robinson gets drafted by the Falcons, Joey, you text me. Are you still drafting Bijan? I couldn't even I couldn't let it sit.
It's
first.
just part of it. It's part of the conversation.
It's part of
Football,
what to
baby.
talk about.
If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or wherever you get your podcasts, thanks so much for joining the audio version of the Bench Podcast.
thank you.
And then, of course, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. Search @Benched Show to follow us on all the socials. All right, boys, I got some birthdays. All right, some birthdays, May 3rd, right? So we're recording the 2nd, but the people are going to get this the 3rd, so we'll do the 3rd. Okay. Happy birthday. I had one to start with, and I missed it now. Happy birthday, Bing Crosby. Oh. Hell of a Christmas album.
Hell of a
Christmas
name.
album.
Yep.
I never met another person named Bing. Good for you, dude.
That's a good point, actually. That's a good point. That's a lost art. Is that one ever coming back around?
Bing? What's your name?
Not in America.
Some weird
Not to
celebrity.
be
named
weird,
your kid Bing.
and not to offend anyone if your name's Bing and you're listening to the show.
Like, what
sounds
the hell?
sounds like a great dog name.
Yeah.
Hey, Bing.
That's pretty offensive to Bing Crosby.
As soon as I said it, I was like,
great
that's
dog,
offensive.
though.
Sheesh.
Happy birthday, James Brown.
Yeah.
Oh, Godfather.
Hey, the man himself. Happy birthday, and if you know this one, I mean, throw it in the chat. Frankie Valli. I'm a Frankie Valli.
Customer of mine.
Roses are red, my love. Oh, really?
Yeah, I see
Make
him.
sure you
I
tell
see
him
him
happy birthday next time you see
once a
him.
week.
Wait, that's the guy in Greece, right?
He's in Greece. Yeah.
The story says.
Oh, yeah, he is.
There you go. There you go.
That's great.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Sugar Ray Robinson.
Sugar
Unfortunately,
Ray.
he passed away.
Sugar Ray.
1989.
What was he wasn't one who hosted that boxing show, was he?
He didn't pass away.
Did he? 1989.
No, he hosted
Sugar Ray
that boxing
Robinson,
show,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Is there an older Sugar Ray?
Contender.
Yeah, remember that show
Wait, hold
on
on,
ESPN?
hold on. I just pronounced this guy dead, and he's
in 1989.
Dead. In 89, when he was actually in his heyday.
he's watching in his living room somewhere. Like, what the hell?
Fully alive. Friend of the show.
Sugar Ray Robinson, 1921 to 1989, boxer.
That's a different.
Is there another Sugar Ray?
His twin. R.I.P. to his
Oh,
twin.
no.
We're thinking of
Sugar Ray
something.
Leonard. That's what we're thinking
Ray
of.
Leonard.
Joey's
See?
right. Joey's right.
You pieces of crap. I got a different kind of birthdays, guys. Movie release birthdays. Okay?
Oh.
On this day,
I know
on
where
this
you're
day
going, yep.
in 2002,
May, yeah.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, wow.
Spider-Man
Wow,
released.
bravo.
Yep, good one. On this day in, some of these are really stupid. I'm not gonna. You guys ever seen this movie, Iceman? You ever seen the Iceman? 2013. You got to watch it, Gabe. You would like it.
What year?
Really?
2013, Iceman. It's a true story of a Polish hitman, a Polish hitman who worked for the mob.
You made me watch this.
Oh,
Yes,
no.
I did watch this.
Great movie.
Yes.
Anybody?
Zod. Right?
Yeah.
It's the guy who.
Michael Shannon.
Yeah,
Shannon.
yeah,
Wow.
Michael Shannon.
Good actor.
Angel, you'll like this one. Shawn Mendes, If I Can't Have You, released this day.
Yeah, thank you for outing me on my Shawn Mendes.
Is that weird? I like Shawn Mendes.
You know what? Shout out to Shawn Mendes.
He's secure, Angel.
Fan of the show.
Girls find that attractive.
Let's not do this.
Angel hates. If you bring up his love life,
Let's move on.
AJ, you're a girl dad here, or just a dad in general. Max and Ruby.
Oh.
No, not there yet.
No, she's not there?
Good, 'cause it's
Mickey Mouse
very, very
Clubhouse.
boring.
That's it. Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
I'm gonna get. I don't know what reaction I'm gonna get from you three, but I'm gonna get a reaction here.
Here we go.
Happy birthday, Iron Man 3.
Oh, yeah.
Better over the years. More I've watched it. The more
It
I
took
like
time
it.
for
More I
sure.
like- yeah.
It took time.
Angel.
Yeah, I think it looks good now because the new MC movies are really bad. So that looks fantastic now.
And then last one here. Happy birthday, Sandlot 2.
what happened Sandlot 2? They just go back to the Sandlot and like
I don't know.
it's a cat this time.
I don't
Different
know.
kids, right? It's all different kids.
I've
I've
never
seen
seen
it
it.
one time.
I've never seen it.
I saw it one time and I was very
It's like
excited,
a-
and then I was let down.
It's like an Amazon Prime only release.
We can. By the way, let's call Terrell now. I want to get him on for this next thing. Okay, so we have been cooking on YouTube lately.
Cooking.
Like, you guys are bringing it, and we appreciate you so
Yes.
much. But honestly, some of you are little assholes and do some great comments. I don't know where you're going with that. We're gonna read some comments.
Thanks
from
for
YouTube.
subscribing.
No, these guys aren't subscribed anyway. Trust me. These are not the subscribers.
Okay.
Listen, thanks to all of you who have joined our YouTube recently.
Yeah.
We love you. We're glad you're around. Even if you don't agree with us, we're cool. We're obviously not like, you don't have to agree with us to be with us. Ooh.
Agree with us to be with us, bro.
Damn.
Did you just cook? Let him cook. Go ahead.
You have to agree with us to be with us. I still got. But
Put that on our Twitter real fast.
let's welcome real quick before we get into this. All the way from Hot Atlanta, Terrell Thorogood.
Hey.
What's up, bro?
What's up?
How you been, man?
Bro, we've been chilling.
Now,
Just,
go ahead.
go ahead. Nah, man, we're at Hot Atlanta, home of the Falcons. So had to
Yeah. You got your Falcon red on, dude. I mean, I see it.
got the Falcon red on. Home of Michael Penix here. So
A lot of big Penix energy walking around those streets.
Yeah. Hey, Terrell. So your family is there to shoot on Family Feud. You did it already. Tell us what you can about the experience. You told me a little bit earlier. It sounds freaking awesome. Tell us a little about that.
Yeah. So me, two of my brothers, my sister, my mother. We went out to Atlanta. They brought us out here to film a taping of Family Feud. So we auditioned back in 2022, and then we blew the producers away.
Let's go.
And so they flew us out here. So they said they do about thousands of auditions every year. So the fact that we made it out there, we were one of 5 families that went out there to tape. So they were like, that's a pretty big deal. So we went out there and we competed and, got to meet Steve Harvey. Dude, he's a comedian through and through. Like he hosts the game show, but he's a comedian at heart. So
yeah, I mean, I asked you about this earlier. Between takes, tell us a little bit about what is Steve Harvey between takes.
Between takes, he's like, so I mean, he doesn't often get to be in front of a crowd. So when he's there, like it's just full on his comedian side comes out. So he's doing stand up bits like in between takes. So this is like
awesome.
It's hilarious. He took a lot of jabs at me. He was roasting me a lot. So I threw in a couple jokes in early in the show. So he had some jokes back for me. So hopefully they put him in the final cut and you get to see that when it comes out. So, but it was fun. It was a great time. The questions were interesting. Like there was a ton of rules though that I had no idea. Like when you watch the show, like you don't know their rules, and there's certain rules in there, but there's some pretty unique rules. Like when what happens if you hit your buzzer too soon, or like rules on if you give an answer at the wrong time. So it's pretty interesting. I'll go into more details. I can't say too much because sign on the dotted line.
You have real secrets right now.
Got an NDA over there.
Can you tell us if you're proud of your performance? No, bro. Don't get in trouble. I don't want. But I'll ask you this question, and then we'll let you go. Are you a real bench warmer? Did you have the cojones to bring up benched to Mr. Steve Harvey?
Your job's on the line, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah, shouted it out to the producer.
Let's go, baby.
Rehearsal, and then shouted out to Steve. So definitely took some jabs. They asked me before the show in rehearsal. They said, "All right, would you willing to leave your current job to be full-time podcaster with Bench?" I was like, don't tell my job, but absolutely.
Let's go, baby.
Wow. Okay. A win's a win. A win's a win.
You got the job, Terrell. Jesus.
Officially hired.
Hey, Terrell, man, thanks for joining us, bro. Can't wait to get you back. Safe travels. Enjoy Hot Atlanta. Is it hot over there?
Oh, actually, the weather's not terrible. It actually rained on Monday, so we flew in the same time Kamala Harris did. So
we're not gonna get political.
Gabe couldn't hurt himself. Couldn't help himself.
Right across the street from our hotel. I ran into Sway Lee and Dominic Wilkins.
Oh, let's go.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
There you go.
All right, bro. Well, thanks for joining us, man. Have a good time. Can't wait to get you back.
All right, later, guys.
Later, brother.
Okay. Steve Harvey must be just freaking electric off
Doesn't he
camera.
seem like just
Yeah, like off
Like
camera,
he
he's
is gifted.
yeah, there's a reason why he's Steve Harvey.
Yeah.
Like, that's we gotta do ours. We gotta do our
Yeah, you want to do that? You want to try out
You guys
for
definitely should.
like the Tovars.
Yeah,
Tammy's
it'd be
big
fun.
enough
We'd
for
have
it.
fun,
Yeah.
right? I feel like you need to have big energy. I know that.
Yep.
Like
Okay.
always clapping, always like very positive.
Yeah.
That's not dad.
I think we no.
Yeah.
No. The team would be. I guess we should, I don't know. But us three. My
Okay.
sister.
Yeah.
Who is it? 5?
5. Yeah.
Producers
Five.
might watch this episode right now because we had that interview. So
Yeah.
us three,
Us three, my sister, and I guess my mom. Right?
David would fold. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Really calling out David. There.
Let's not do that on
David,
the show.
David watches the. Sorry, Dave. That's
Yeah,
our
I know.
other brother.
Come on.
He knows that.
Jesus.
No, dude, I was talking with my wife. Like
Yeah.
me, her twin sister,
Oh, that'll work.
my sister.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess I'd be the only dude.
You can do like extended family too.
Yeah, you can do cousins and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we can.
Oh yeah.
I got some
okay.
cousins I'd work in there.
Yeah.
I got some cousins I'd be afraid to put up there.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not gonna say names, but you
Nope.
know who you are. Anyway, let's move on here. I want to get to some comments from the YouTube, and then we need to get to the news here.
Yeah, you picked that up.
Okay, ready? Here we go. This is Pimpster5.
Classic name.
Great name. 6 major ex players told. This is regarding the Bo Nix reel.
Gotcha.
So we were pretty hard on the Broncos for selecting Bo Nix number 12. He said 6 major players, 6 ex major players told Sean to get Bro at 12. I think here's the guys who told apparently Sean Payton to get him at 12. Ready? Cam Newton.
Okay.
Okay. Don't care about that guy. Phillip Rivers, Dez Bryant, Peyton Manning. Very nice.
Oh.
John Elway, and DeMarcus Ware.
Let's chill out here. Peyton Manning, John Elway, the Bronco greats.
He was also a terrible GM.
But I also feel like, they're just saying, he'd be great.
He finished it off with this. I think I'll trust them over 3 podcast guys who just proved they don't know a thing about how to scout a quarterback. Come on, Pimpster.
Come on, Pimpster.
No way, Pimpster.
That ain't pimping.
That ain't pimping.
You ain't pimping with that one, pimp.
This one is kind of interesting regarding Coach JB's thoughts on Zach Wilson, which he's still a believer in Zach Wilson.
Kind of crazy.
Whenever a quarterback leaves the Big Apple, they do 10 times better. His prediction, Wilson and Darnold both have good years.
Well, let's take a look. Geno Smith left, and he got a big contract. A lot of guys. Sanchez still sucked when he left, but still, like it happens.
I thought that was very well informed.
Yeah.
Yeah, good job.
Come on, Pimpster, do something like that.
Yeah, Pimpster. Here's Gorgon 4714. You guys are really uninformed.
Thanks for the information.
The Raiders themselves said in an interview that drafting a quarterback just didn't line up. Do you really think they would have skipped Nix? Okay, I keep getting this in the chat. People keep telling me that it's a good reason for the Broncos to take him at 12 because someone would have taken him later. Like, just because someone else was going to screw up their pick doesn't mean it's like, well, we did the stupid thing faster, so chill.
That's happened before, but doesn't mean that it's been the right thing to do. Just but I don't know if Sean Payton does. I don't know.
Well, this guy knows what's going on in that front office, so.
Yes.
Don't forget Sean Payton faked trading up. So.
What's his name?
He
Gorgon?
had a lot of things on his mind. Yeah, that's Gorgon 4714.
Sean was wheeling and dealing.
Gorgon, friend of the show. Let us know what's going on in the front offices.
Okay, last one here. Gosh, there's so many mean comments.
I was going through them this morning.
It's funny to me, part-time TV watchers. That's us apparently. I guess we're part-time TV watchers.
If only he knew.
Jeez. I've never been called that in my life.
Act like they're professionals.
Oh, we don't.
We got money.
I don't never claim to be a
So you don't watch the show.
I would have got fired.
When it comes to the in and outs of football, let the organization do its job. You just sit back and watch from your couch. Excuse me, it's called bench.
It's called bench.
Watch it from the bench,
Think of our
sir.
show.
That is 210 Potter. So yeah. Anyways, a lot of good comments there. Honestly, a lot of good conversation. A lot of you fighting with each other, which is fine with me.
Shout out to Pimpster and
Shout out to Pimpster,
Gorgon,
and Gorgon. Yeah, you guys are really bringing it. Let's get to the news. The news is brought to you by me.
Oh,
I haven't said that in so long. We need to get a sponsor for the news again.
yeah. If you're in charge of your company sponsorships,
Yeah.
please.
Let's get into the news here. I don't know if you guys saw this or not, but apparently Kirk Cousins is just fine.
Kirk, go.
He's looking spry in this video they released. I think the Falcons released this too. I mean, first of all, love him in the 18. I like it.
that looks
Doesn't have a
It's a
wrap.
mature quarterback number.
Peyton Manning doesn't have a wrapper on his leg.
Just that's raw Achilles out there, baby.
But you know what they did? Draft the quarterback.
Yeah, they took a quarterback. Yeah, and they'll go to the grave saying it was a good move. Oh, sorry, I saw a little backstory about it. I guess Raheem Morris, right?
Yeah, Morris.
The first time he was there, one of his sticking points when he interviewed for the full-time job, he was an interim, they didn't keep him. When he interviewed for the first-time job, was that he needed to have a succession plan in place for then starting quarterback Matt Ryan. So it's kind of something that it's important to him, and he wants to be true of any roster he's coaching, succession plan. So apparently number 8 pick, succession plan. All right, guys, now we're cooking.
Okay, besides Green Bay, which teams have done this well at all? None.
Yeah.
Thank God we're on the better side.
That's
of
why
that.
they reference Green Bay all the time. You know how rare it is to do that? It never happens.
It's their only reference.
And a
point.
ton of people try, and it just doesn't work.
That's why you don't try.
By the way, go to this next one, AJ. The 2025 NFL Draft top pick odds are out.
Yeah.
And I want to tell you something about this list. Okay, this is why you don't take freaking Michael Penix number 8 or Bo Nix number 12. Shedeur Sanders, Carson Beck, Quinn Ewers, Drew Ayler, Jalen Milroe, Jackson Dart, and I think even Cameron Ward, all quarterbacks. The top 7 projected top picks next year, all quarterbacks.
Look, I'm not going to act like I know college ball, but weren't they just talking about there's no quarterbacks available next year?
That's what I'm saying. You
just
never,
said a couple
you
days
never
ago.
know. Michael Penix Jr. type prospects always creep into those guys always available. You could have done this in 3 years.
You made that point too. You did say they could just done it later.
I need to get out of the comments, to be honest.
You know what? God, this means that if you pick a bad quarterback this year, you could have a chance next year, but the head coach might not have a chance.
Yeah,
If you mess up, then you might have another chance next year, but...
Very true.
Yeah, Shedeur Sanders. He's probably going to be all over draft stuff.
Get used to
Get used to that guy.
about Shedeur Sanders. We're going to hear a lot about this guy, and then Deion Sanders seems like he's going to go full, what's his name?
Papa Bear.
What's a ball dad name? What's his name? Oh, Lonzo Ball's dad?
LeVar
He's going
Ball.
full LeVar Ball, except he has a much bigger platform.
And actually has, like, validity and credibility.
Yeah. So,
Actually had a career.
Carson Beck, Quinn Ewers are also guys who
Quinn Ewers is fun.
who could jump up to that top
Quinn
pick.
Ewers is fun, yeah.
Also cooking over there at Texas. You know who's just in the wings waiting, right? Arch Manning.
Oh, big name.
Yep, over at Texas. So
He had a pretty good, I think they did a spring ball game, and he
was balling,
He looked
man.
pretty good, yeah.
He looked good. Yeah. Schedule release for 2024 is coming here in May. That's something nice to look forward to during the dog days of the offseason. They're going to release a schedule here, and I believe it was Chase Daniel, the next one, who wanted to highlight some rivalry games that are going to be happening. Looking forward to these, when they're going to be scheduled. Any of these stand out to you? I'll go first. Saquon with the Eagles, visiting the Giants twice. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That'd be great. Mine, Russell Wilson in Denver.
Is that happening?
The reception.
Oh, yeah, it is.
The reception he's going to get will be very fun.
They're going to boo him very loudly.
Yeah. I wish I could be with them. I'll be with them in spirit, but that'd be freaking amazing.
So the bottom ones don't matter. Harbaugh to the Ravens doesn't matter. He's a coach. Like Daniel Hunt to the Vikings is hilarious. That is on the list. But that third one, Stephon Diggs versus the Bills.
That's what I'm looking at.
He's gonna tear both hamstrings trying to score.
He's going to run out
He's
the
gonna
tunnel.
run so hard.
He's just crying the whole game.
Jared Goff versus the Rams. That little Lions-Rams rivalry is turned into a good one.
Oh, yeah. Jared Goff trying to prove everyone wrong, and he might just do it this year. I love the freaking Lions.
I tell you what, when the Raiders play Derek Carr, they might just kill him.
He's gonna be
Max
murdered.
Crosby might just murder him in the back.
Yeah, there'll be murder on the mind that game.
Did they get they got a rookie?
a murderer? Oh,
Probably so.
Didn't they send a murderer?
I think they drafted.
That's the usual
someone.
Raider way.
49ers Chiefs. That's just fun because it's two really good teams. But yeah, that should be fun. Looking forward to schedule release day. That's gonna be a good time. Let's take a quick break because we spent a long time just effing around to start the show, and we'll be right back with some more news. This segment is brought to you by Dad Gang Hats. Dad Gang makes the highest quality hats in the apparel industry because they use premium materials, pay close attention to detail, and prioritize durability and comfort. With so many styles, colors, and designs, they absolutely have the right hat for you and the dad in your life. Use code BENCHED76826. That's BENCHD 76826 for 15% off your first purchase. Shop Dad Gang Hats, quality hats for quality dads. Okay, back to the news here. Adam Schefter reporting that 1 week after the NFL draft, rookie wide receiver Marvin Harrison still has not signed a preliminary player association licensing agreement, which means no jerseys available for Marvin Harrison Jr. I've kind of why? That's obviously why we're asking, like, why are you not
Isn't this
selling jerseys?
too, like, he can't be on Madden either?
Yeah, so he can't
No
be a man.
way.
All the NFL licensing things, he can't be used for any of those right now. That it's because back in college, there's some deal that he, I guess, didn't. It's some okay. So basically, some deal with Fanatics, who basically runs the world now. Like Fanatics is, yeah, I don't
Top
know if
dog.
we're all this hat is from, no, not this hat. This I bought an LA Kings shirt earlier from Fanatics. Anyway,
Sold that one shirt.
yeah, I'm like, I just saw the tag somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, Fanatics like running the world now. There's some business he didn't do with Fanatics while he was in college. I think as a sophomore, that's holding up this deal with the NFLPA. It's kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting how it's going to play out. He's Marvin Harrison Jr. I'm sure there's a lot of Arizonians like, okay, I need my
Super pissed. Yeah.
Harrison Jr. Jersey right now, but we'll keep an eye on that. Let's move ahead here. Chiefs rookie wide receiver Xavier Worthy. He got his draft spot tattooed on his arm.
That's dedication,
Now,
my friend.
yeah. I mean, I think it's. I want to get your thoughts on it.
Yeah.
I don't like judging people's tattoos. Do whatever you want, man.
Look,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
we're on this show. We're a your body, your choice.
definitely.
No.
I mean, this is a big moment.
Also,
it's a cool tattoo, and honestly, he has tattoos everywhere, so it's just gonna blend into the mix.
And also, let's not mistake this. Getting drafted in the NFL is not easy at all.
Yeah.
So if you do this, for sure, Mark, it's a big stepping point in someone's career and life. Like he just became a multimillionaire with generational wealth. Let him get a tattoo.
Especially since he probably wasn't convinced he was going to go in the first round.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then he goes to the defending champion Chiefs. Like, I think,
Even if
celebrate.
he flops as a player, it's like that's still something you have.
I
Yep.
like this
It's
tattoo.
still an accomplishment.
Yep.
And a mega one.
I like it. Moving forward here, this is going to be good. Okay. Bill Belichick will be one of the many celebrities in the Tom Brady roast coming up on Netflix, I think later this month or next month.
Wow.
Bill Belichick is going to be up there roasting Tom Brady.
Telling the driest jokes ever.
Now, I mean, the thing about a roast is that they all write the jokes. They can get help.
Yeah.
So like they're usually pretty good.
They've been getting really, like, the jokes have been really bad. Not bad in a bad way, but, like, pretty
Are you surprised Tom Brady's doing this?
Nah,
No,
man.
I'm not.
He when he's this good, he's like, you guys can say whatever I want. I'm
He is
fucking
little
Tom
Hollywood.
Brady.
Here's the problem. To go into to willingly submit yourself to a roast right after you got cheated on and divorced.
Oh, good point.
Like that's what I'd be afraid of. Like, you know how many jokes there's gonna be about
Giselle.
Giselle cheating on him with wasn't like her it was
Yoga
like,
instructor.
it was her yoga instructor. Like,
Yoga instructor Mike or whatever his name is. I don't know.
A million
Tom.
jokes there.
hey guys, but what side note, look at young Tom. Oh, God, he was a
Hey,
dog.
young Belichick.
He looks exactly
No,
the
I don't want to.
but yeah, you guys can watch the roast of Tom
I don't
Brady?
ever
yeah.
watch roast. I watch the highlights on TikTok.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah,
everyone
exactly.
does. Yeah. I watch the best moments on TikTok and
I'll watch it, Joey.
I watch roast.
Goodness gracious.
But yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a lot of fun. This one's really good. Broncos are just Sean Payton's cooking, baby.
oh,
The Broncos have signed 5'8", 142-pound DJ West.
shout out to all the short kings out there, guys.
He's tied with Tony Jones for the lightest player in NFL history. You got a picture of him?
142.
He looks like a high school player. Like,
He really does.
Legit. I mean, he looks like he's moving very fast.
He must run
And
really
56. I don't know what block you're about to make there, but I hope it's legal because it has no impact on the play. Like, but I mean, 142 pounds, guys.
He's not gonna make camp. He's not gonna make week one roster. This is
Yeah,
just trying to fill out a roster. Maybe try him as a return man, but he's not. You don't weigh this little and be successful in the league.
So one might ask, Joey,
Joey,
who's the lightest player to ever play in the league?
Oh,
Well, glad you asked. The shortest and lightest player, not skin tone, in NFL history was Jack Soupy Shapiro at 5'1", 119 pounds.
this is why. Because look, he played in 1929. This is why people are like Jim Brown would have run 4,000 yards. No, the fuck you wouldn't. He had Soupy Brown over here in this league. Shut the fuck. I hate that argument.
It's Soupy Shapiro, first of all.
Whatever.
Shapiro.
Put some respect on his name.
Yeah,
Played for the Staten Island Stapletons in 1929.
Stapletons.
Oh, the
Do we have a
classic
picture of him? Yes, we do. There's
Oh
Soupy.
my god.
There's Soupy. Soupy, what are you doing?
Soup, big soup. I don't know.
How do you get that nickname?
He's a lot of soup.
There's a lot of soup.
Like this guy is soupy.
Pretty cold in the East Coast.
This guy is soupy.
Before Campbell's.
You
was
gotta
a thing.
imagine back then too. The room just erupted in laughter when they said it. Like, oh, it's such a great name.
Good old Soupy, yeah. He's probably a raging racist.
Yeah. So I mean, probably.
Yeah.
Probably. You notice he's standing next to two white guys.
A certain kind of soup. That's what we say.
Chowder.
Chowder, baby.
So basically, that's the new starting receiver for the Denver Broncos. Attaboy Sean Payton.
Boy, Sean. Taking it back.
We gotta stop going to Sean Payton.
Yeah.
He's a brilliant man.
He's a good man, a Super Bowl winning head coach.
In his second stint with Dallas, Cowboys running back Ezekiel Elliott will now go back to wearing 15. Love that. The same number he wore in Ohio State. To help make this possible, Trey Lance switching to 19. Sucks for him.
Well, that's
a terrible number.
I should tell you how little Trey Lance matters to the league. I'll go 19. No one's gonna give a fuck about my number 19, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I mean, but I tell you what, seeing Zeke in 15 does bring back some cool memories. Man.
Yeah.
He was so good.
Yes, and then
So good.
that led into his rookie. Remember rookie year Zeke?
He's a monster.
Just insane.
He's a monster. We talked about this before. That pregame when I first saw him run the ball, and he went straight on. I think it was Cam Chancellor, and he just bounced off Cam Chancellor, and I just thought we're screwed.
Yeah.
As an Eagle fan, we are screwed.
This guy, and he's a Hall of Fame.
Then they
now.
found Dak. So but still won a playoff game.
Yeah.
Let's keep moving here. Free agent wide receiver Tyler Boyd was in Los Angeles this week to meet with the Chargers. I don't think he's getting that job anymore.
Because of DJ Chark.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And we'll head to the Titans later this week per source. Market for Boyd should heat up. He has 513 catches and 6,000 yards in 8 seasons with the Cincinnati Bengals. Tyler Boyd, I don't mind him on the Titans.
He'd be nice, honestly, anywhere. Just be a third guy somewhere. That's what his best
I want
job.
the Eagles to get him. I think he's just going to be too expensive.
I thought the Steelers was like a done deal, pretty much.
Steelers could
I think
really
we even
use him.
reported that.
Breaking news.
Sorry, guys.
No, I think him on any team would be good. He's a very good role guy.
Now, I wonder if he's the one making decision of, like, I'm going to wait to see how the draft lands, and then I'll choose where I want to go. Or if teams are going, like, let's see how the draft goes, then we'll see if we're going to dip into the Tyler Boyd section.
Yeah,
of the free agency.
it's like he's a good player, but he's real, like, this is plan C. If everything else goes wrong, we'll just sign Tyler Boyd and just deal with it.
Yeah.
Shout out to Tyler Boyd, friend of the show.
The 49ers are no longer considering trading Brandon Ayuk
That's
or Deebo Samuel per GM John Lynch. Here's the quote. We're past that now. Okay, so let me stop you right there because you denied it straight up, first of all.
Yeah.
Now you're past it. So apparently there was something there.
Yeah.
We're thrilled to add to that group with Jawan Jennings, Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, Chris Conley, Ronnie Bell, Danny Gray, and now first-round pick Ricky Pearsall and Jake Cowing, whoever that is. We made an already strong group even stronger. Do you think you could really put this to bed? Ayuk, Deebo, they're going to be Niners this year?
On the BS meter, this is bad 10. This is he's saying this for posturing, even though they don't know how to posture over there in San Francisco. He's gonna be traded.
I was just gonna say I hate to pick on the Niners because Niners are a great historic franchise. I love when they're good.
Yep.
They're just not good at BSing.
No,
Like they're so transparent.
like,
Like, I know-
actually, we love him here.
yeah.
He's great. Brandon, I love
You've
you,
been
Brandon.
shopping him for weeks.
Yeah, you've been actively in the trade market. Hey, you want Brandon Ayuk?
A huge bummer here for the Chiefs. They expect Rashee Rice or James Palmer, former Bronco beat writer.
Yeah.
Expects Rashee Rice to be suspended at least half of the season this upcoming year. They, of course, drafted Xavier Worthy, brought Marquise Brown into town, just paid Travis Kelce. But they'll be without Rashee Rice for half a season, and that's a huge bummer because the guy was truly breaking out.
Not really worried because they have now Hollywood Brown and Xavier Worthy, but would have been nice for his career to be with Patrick
I'm
Mahomes.
super worried. Xavier Worthy, we don't know what he is yet. Hollywood Brown has been just okay for a couple years. Travis Kelce's older. You needed Rashee Rice.
Yeah.
I would have bet Rashee Rice would have led them in receptions those 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Like it's a guy they're definitely gonna be leaning on.
Yeah. I'm curious to see the final number on how many games and then if he appeals, how it goes down.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a bummer. But I'm not too worried. I think he'll bounce back and be just fine.
I mean, you cannot be worried about the Chiefs, but I think for his career, because you look at a guy like Jameson Williams, who constantly is missing time and can't really get his career going. This is the season that he needed to shoot his career into the stratosphere coming off that rookie year. And now it's going to be another step back. He's going to have to ramp up to the game speed by the time he comes back, and then this season's a wash.
And when his first contract comes around, this
Yep,
is
yep.
at least going to be brought up.
Yeah. Hey, you were suspended for 6 games for going 120 miles per hour.
Yeah. He'll be like 119.
Oh, 19 actually. I'm not a maniac.
Yeah. Not insane.
I'm not insane.
Oh, yeah. But Rashee Rice, that's just a bummer. He's one of my favorite players.
Yeah.
I think he's fun to watch. I think he's like he brings some attitude to that Chiefs offense at the receiver position the way maybe Pacheco brings to the running back position. Anyways, Rashee Rice probably gone for half the season.
Gone too soon.
The Vikings apparently offered the Patriots 11, 23, and a first rounder for next year. Now that's the exact trade that we mocked in exchange for number 3 and 2 mid-round selections. It might have been those mid-round selections that the Patriots just wouldn't do.
Yeah.
But the Vikings were clearly trying to move up to number 3 here. Obviously, that's for Drake Maye. They get J.J. McCarthy much later. What do you think? Would you rather have J.J. McCarthy, keep 11, 23, and next year's first, or have Drake Maye and without those picks?
Right. This is the best plan B ever. Yeah, I'd rather have Jason McCarthy and 23
And
the
those
first round
assets,
next
right?
year. Yeah, this is great. I think prospect wise, to me, like they're about the same level. Like you don't really know because they're whatever. But yeah, I think this is look, sometimes mistakes are a freaking good thing, and something this like someone saying no to you is a good thing because this is a great you got Jason McCarthy at 10 for only you moved to 1 draft pick, you kept 23. Yeah, this is great.
Yeah, and I mean, I was gonna pick on the Broncos a little more.
Go ahead, I'm used to it.
No, honestly, the Raiders dodged a bullet by the Broncos taking
Yeah, shout out to the Raiders.
Bo Nix. The Broncos, speaking of which, are not picking up Zach Wilson's option.
Damn it!
He'll become a free agent. It was option day today on the 2nd, so you're listening to this on the 3rd, and so a lot of the options, the decisions were made. I know Kwity Paye's got picked up, but a couple here were not picked up. Another one not picked up was Cowboys quarterback who we mentioned earlier, the new number 19 for the Cowboys, Trey Lance. Now, I guess I forgot what they paid for him.
A 5th rounder.
Is it 5th rounder? Okay, so if he never plays, then I guess they just paid a 5th rounder just to get a look at him in camp.
Yeah, his career is gonna be so weird. He'll probably never gonna start again, which is weird.
I was just talking about are we ever gonna see this guy?
We might not. Who's gonna trade for him and say you're a guy at this point of his career? I'm sure I'm sure some teams think he's worthy of a start, but when and where? I think the only way he'll start next year is if someone gets hurt, some big name has no backup, and let's just trade for Trey Lance and just see what happens.
Yeah.
What about somewhere like Vegas?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
just
Someone has to
throw-
be able to roll the dice.
Yeah,
They've got enough free, they're not looking forward to anything. Just try them out.
Why
Yeah.
not?
Yeah, Vegas would be good. They have obviously the weapons. Teams like that who are already set up and maybe get a quarterback hurt or don't have a quarterback right now that's elite. Maybe take a little dart throw.
I wonder if he would be a trade option here for some team that's a contender and goes down with a quarterback injury.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
If Tua went down.
The two, I hate saying these names because I don't want them.
Jordan Love.
hurt.
Hey,
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
There you go.
But in all honesty,
Josh Jacobs.
I don't see
The running back.
a quarterback. In all honesty, I don't really see him getting another start in the NFL. He's a nice backup.
What a weird NFL story. Dad, were you in the NFL? Well, kind of.
Kind
I
of.
played that one rain game.
Well, the rain game, and I was actually in all the NFL draft coverage. Go pull it up. 2020.
Gabe and the Packers are declining the 5th-year option for cornerback Eric Stokes. The 29th pick in 2021. Stokes played well as a rookie, but has battled injuries last 2 years. He's slated now for free agency. If he balls out this year, he's going to get paid because cornerbacks get paid. Here's the thing. I think there's probably no way the Packers are the ones paying him because they drafted some DB help.
Yeah.
Did they draft any cornerbacks?
Cornerbacks?
Corner?
Yeah, we got King, which
Jalen
is
King.
which is the late prospect, which I'm guessing they're banking on. Probably where the decision came from.
Yeah. I think I would have picked up his option because what if he blows
He's
up?
hurt all the freaking time, dude.
Yeah.
Always hurt. Very, very fast. Just always hurt.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything special from him because you don't ever see him.
Yeah.
So sorry.
On a positive note here, guys, J.K. Dobbins is 100%.
Oh hell yeah, J.K.
He told us so.
He bombed
The only problem with this is he said the exact same thing last year. Remember he got mad at that reporter last year for suggesting that he wouldn't be on the day one roster.
How dare you? I'm J.K. I am J.K. Dobbins, bitch.
He literally cussed out on them on Twitter or something.
Nice.
Here's the quote: "The Chargers are getting a guy It's gonna be healthy from now on.
Oh, here we go. No injuries, baby.
JK, don't do that to yourself.
Don't just say
shut up.
I'm happy to be back in the NFL and let your game talk for you.
They drafted a running back. I can't remember who it is now. The Chargers, and I tell you what, fantasy wise, I might look at that guy because J.K. Dobbins in the house, Gus Edwards, obviously is nothing special, they're going to be running the ball. Probably they're going to lead. They're going to be top 5 in the league in rushing attempts. They're going to try to run the ball as much as possible there in LA or here in LA.
Tell you what, for the 0 RB strategy, he might be someone's late flyer.
The rookie or this guy or J.K.
One of these guys.
I mean, we're describing the exact scenario that was in Baltimore last year. J.K. Dobbins, Gus Edwards, Keaton Mitchell, late round draft pick. Turned out to be. I mean, now he's not anything.
Well, now
J.K. Dobbins will never be on my fantasy.
Well,
team
now
either.
there's one less guy. You don't have a Lamar Jackson, so at least you don't know this guy's taking 1,000.
You sound
yards.
hopeful about J.K. Dobbins, and I just want to. I want to save you from future frustration. Don't do it.
I sound hopeful about the Chargers backfield.
Okay,
someone's gonna emerge. I still know who it is.
Yeah, the Steelers
Probably
also,
not J.K.
Steelers also declining 5th-year option on Najee Harris. I didn't know this. He's had 1,000 yards rushing all 3 seasons at Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
as much as he's been kind of just criticized a lot, and
It's very interesting.
pretty consistent. Option would have been $6.7 million to have him around one more time. Most likely going to be a free agent here.
Wow.
I would have signed him for $6.7 million.
Right, for 1 year?
for
Or
1
just
year.
extend him and lower the number.
Yeah, interesting. This makes me think that they're just going to draft another running back, or they just don't want to pay running backs there.
Right.
I think Jaylen Warren has 1 more year past Najee's deal, so maybe next year they say we'll just go with Jaylen Warren and draft a running back because who's paying running backs nowadays? Eagles apparently. Besides the Eagles, yeah.
Definitely not the Packers.
So I have a list here. There they are. I have a list here of the 12 players who had their options declined. Angel, I want to go to you and ask you free agency or extension.
Okay.
By the end of the year.
Okay, go ahead.
Zach Wilson,
free agency.
Trey Lance,
Free agency.
Justin Fields. Ooh.
Good one.
Free agency.
We're going to talk about that in a second.
Wow.
Mac Jones. That's very interesting.
Free agency.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think if he's anywhere
We're saying
decent-
extension, right?
Extension, yeah. I think
With his current team.
Jaguars.
Yeah, no.
No? I think
Free
he's a good backup. No? Okay,
He'll be a backup somewhere else.
You're the Mac Jones guy.
I am the Mac Jones guy, but I don't think they have the assets to send him.
David Collins, I don't care. Jordan Davis, I don't care. Kadarius Toney.
Oh no, he's not gonna be in the NFL.
Okay, but think about this is not fair to throw on this guy, but maybe because I've been watching the show so much, I just think that guy's going straight to last chance you.
Tony?
After the pro.
29 years old.
To get back in the draft.
Can't you see him in Indy? In a
Dude,
Did you play in a Super Bowl?
some community college.
He's taking 1 credit.
With I could just see him with a t-shirt cut up as wristbands. I just feel like he's one of those
Tell you what.
backyard ballers.
Tell you what, he'd be the best player on the field because he's talented as hell.
He's the best receiver in the room right now, according to Reed, So
Yeah.
Caleb Farley. I hadn't really followed him. Apparently he's not that good.
He hasn't been good.
Najee Harris, we just talked about. Peyton Turner. I'm supposed to be asking you here. Caleb Farley, extension or free agency?
Free agency. Caleb Farley is a first-round bust by the Titans. Not gonna.
Do you think Najee Harris get an extension?
Yeah, I think he will.
You think so?
God, I hope not.
Eric Stokes.
No.
Okay. Last one here. Joe Tryon Shayinka, Bucks defensive end.
They keep drafting defensive ends over there, so no, I think they're going to let him go because he's had every opportunity. He's been there since the Tom Brady championship, and he hasn't really popped off.
Raiders had picked Alex Leatherwood, number 17, cut from his contract. He's not eligible. And then Rashad Bateman had not played enough to be eligible for a 5th-year option. I didn't know that was a thing, but
Didn't he get an
that
extension?
sucks for him. Yeah, they extended him.
Why?
Yeah.
Why
Because it's the Ravens, they do weird things at receiver.
we love Rashad Bateman.
Remember they signed Odell Beckham last year for $19 million?
We got Odell Beckham.
The hell?
Yeah.
Okay,
You guys watch film on this guy?
What year you live?
We just saw his name.
off his 6th ACL. Come on, guys.
Hey.
Also, what he did to Bieber. Okay, let's move on here. The Steelers.
Chill out with the beats.
Too low.
Friend of the show. Friend of the show. Just
Not anymore.
The Steelers. Dude, his hairline's receding. Did you guys see that?
I saw that the video on TikTok. He's getting some plugs. That thing's been glued on his face.
Tell you what, I got one thing on Bieber. You know what I'm saying? I got a hairline.
Yeah. Oh hell yeah, dude. Our strong genes, baby.
I got one thing on Bieber. Just one. Just one.
That's the only thing.
Just one.
It skipped me.
You're not to say that.
Get into that.
This is why we wear hats.
That's why I always wear a hat.
Too far.
Too far. You know what's crazy? New people who don't know us personally watch the show. They're probably all bald. They all wear hats all the time.
Oh, okay. Let's put that to
Yeah, okay,
IG.
you know,
take
now
mine
now we
That's
have
what
to
I
do
do.
this. I
You know what I'm
mean,
saying?
You know what I'm saying?
But I am a little
saying?
gray.
Put the camera on us. Put the
I
camera on
am
us.
a little gray. Okay.
It's all sweat.
I might go.
God. What a stupid show we have.
It's gonna be a reel right there.
Thanks so much for watching, guys. The Steelers have officially. Oh, we said this. Justin Fields' his options declined. It would have been worth $25.6 million. That's a lot.
Also, it's a cheap quarterback deal.
Exactly. So here's the thing I was thinking with him. So it's like, so we're definitely going to see him this year.
Yeah.
Because you need it. You need to get a look at him, and now you don't have that option. So he's gonna get on the field.
Wow.
Right.
So okay. Yeah, I wonder if he's a trade. I don't. Yeah.
What
Russell
a spot
Wilson-
they've put themselves in.
They're in the driver's seat here because if Russell Wilson works, you're like, we're just gonna trade Justin Fields for a second.
Get some
or
really
third
back,
or
yeah.
whatever.
Something
Like,
really nice for him.
What if like this was last year and the Vikings lost Kirk Cousins? They're like, well, Justin Fields is sitting there. They would definitely trade it for Justin Fields.
Yeah.
If a team like falls this year, like their quarterback wise, Justin Fields is sitting there, fresh leg, hasn't played the whole season. He's healthy.
And this will be like the desperate trade offer too. So
Yeah,
it'll be something
so-
way better than off-season trade.
See, but that's what we thought last year.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? That's what we thought all off season.
Why do people hate Justin Fields?
I think he'll have probably like a better report with this team than the Bears.
Here's what I think's going to happen. I think
maybe.
he's just going to take the job. Russell Wilson's contract is worth like this. Like it's not
Gold.
Real. It's not fake gold.
Fake gold,
You know what I'm saying? Like it's not real. Like
Yeah.
he's so easily cuttable. I think Justin Fields is just going to take his job and become the guy there.
I hope so.
I think he's going to get an extension. I think I think Mike Tomlin is the coach he's always needed. Just consistent, professional, like a good head coach. And I think he's going to be there for a long time.
Yeah, I think
I think Pittsburgh's going to love him.
Pittsburgh. He's a tough quarterback. Besides what people want to say about him,
He's not.
Watch
a,
him. Watch
he's
him.
not a diva.
Watch him play and listen to what he said over these last 3 horrendous years in freaking Chicago. He said nothing
And then
about
listen-
anything.
And then listen to what Caleb Williams says in the next
Yeah.
couple.
Yeah, exactly. So,
The Bears.
and I heard this stupid. I don't know if it's on the show that he might return punts or.
Yeah, that's my next tweet here.
Oh, I saw that, yeah.
Jalen Warren on a podcast says that the special teams coordinator has discussed the possibility of Justin Fields returning kicks under the new kickoff rules. Please, God, don't do this.
And that's why you're not a head coach, special teams coordinator. You want Justin Fields returning fucking punts.
okay. Question here.
I'm not going to say I agree with it, but is
I'll
there
ask the question after Gabe goes.
I'm sorry. I'm not. I'm just saying because they made that special rules change where like the team has to start off like when the ball goes. Does that change anything about returners this year?
I think it might get interesting.
I'm not saying him. I'm not
I
saying
think it's
Fields.
going to open it up because there's no running start basically now.
Maybe that's where that 135-pound guy does for the Broncos.
Hey, easy.
You can't go at him full
Maybe
speed.
Soupy.
Soupy,
yeah.
Soupy would thrive.
I think teams are gonna find with some of these rule changes, they're gonna find a way to like, okay, how can we leverage this?
How
rule?
can we manipulate it?
How can we be the first people to find an advantage to this rule? So I think people will try stuff. The question I was gonna ask is something I forgot already because
You made me feel like crap right now.
yeah, well, I
Thanks
hope
a
it
lot.
happens again because now I forgot my question. You piece of crap.
Sweet.
Oh yeah.
Have
Any
you
chan-
subscribed to Bench?
Any chances? We're having a great show, guys. Any chance this is Arthur Schmidt's idea?
Mike,
Arthur.
he's like, Mike, come here.
I got it.
Kick return.
Hear me out.
Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear
It's
me out.
May. We have a long road ahead of us.
Put him, Cordell Patterson
Patterson
back
there. Russell back there as well.
Reverses.
Triple reverse.
Then we'll find out who really wants to start on this team.
Read option from the return.
By the way, on offense, we're gonna run the ball. He's playing running back.
But Patterson ultimately gets the ball and he gets score touchdowns.
He's phenomenal athlete.
Okay, let's finish some news here. Last story here: the Steelers.
Steal.
Speaking of the Steelers, contacted the Seahawks. This is very interesting about a trade involving wide receiver DK Metcalf. This is per Benjamin Albright, who is legit.
Yep.
Like doesn't
That
blow
would
smoke.
be massive.
He said that they were turned down. They were not turned down outright. But if a deal were to get done, it would have to be post June. So they didn't tell him no. They said not yet.
I'm not saying I called this.
Whoa.
I did remember a couple months ago I said DK might be traded in the draft. He didn't. But still, like DK is just new regime, big contract. The new one didn't pay him. They have a young rookie out there. They just extended Lockett. He might be odd man out there.
If I'm the Steelers, I hate that this got out. Because you do not want a bidding war
Yeah.
For
for
DK
DK
Metcalf.
at this point in his career.
Yeah, imagine
Teams will
if
definitely be
imagine
calling
if the
now.
Bills come knocking, if the Chiefs come knocking, if
I mean,
you know
several
if the
firsts,
Packers or somebody, yeah.
monster contract. That's exactly who you want because here's why you want him. Because you know he's elite, but if you sign him to a big contract, there's still enough potential left in there where he can outplay that contract.
Yes.
Like he is legit number one receiver potential. Him in Pittsburgh with George Pickens, Justin
Goodness
Fields,
gracious.
that offensive line now, that defense. Whoa.
On offense, you can kind of do anything. Play action, you could do that because obviously you have two running backs. You improve offensive line. Pickens and DK down the field.
Also, another great fit.
Yes.
A big, strong, bully guy. You got Najee in the backfield. You got Justin Fields running the ball like Josh Allen.
Yep.
And then you have DK out here just bullying people around.
Yeah,
Even Pickens is hard-nosed. Like, he's not the biggest guy, but he brings
Yeah,
it.
this would
I love
be
what they're
great.
doing, man.
And
In my mind, it's already done.
I would also like.
You still have to wait till June.
I would also like him in Buffalo. To be honest, DK in Buffalo.
Yeah, I don't think they got their guy. Keon Coleman.
Yeah, they drafted a wideout for sure.
All right, let's take a quick break. That's the news. And then we're getting to Angels Heavenly Top 10
yeah.
post-draft. Be right back. Here's Roger Goodell.
In the 2024 NFL Draft, the Atlanta Falcons select Michael Penix Jr.
Holy crap! Wow! JJ McCarthy, not the next quarterback off the board. It's Michael Penix Jr.
Unbelievable.
The Broncos better thank their lucky stars that Michael Penix went number 8, or else we'd all be talking about Bo Nix at 12. That is a monster reach.
Him and Zach Wilson about to run the streets of all those. Why did we draft this guy so high?
Trade back.
He gets a little bit like, oh, I'm the smartest guy in the room. I want to make this guy work.
And I think what pissed me off the most, the post-draft press conference, Sean Payton kind of like playing it off with the smirk on his face of like, yeah, I'm pulling the strings of this.
Yeah, he said he like faked trying to move up.
That
like,
too.
Dude,
No, you
come
didn't.
on, man.
They moved one spot, bro. Like if that's your plan, like you need bigger goals going into the draft. I think he's full of crap. I think he wanted JJ McCarthy. I think he probably thought JJ McCarthy's gonna fall right to him and I'm gonna look like a genius. I'm not trading up. Green Bay Packers.
Jordan Morgan, he'll start at some tackle. Edrin Cooper, top linebacker.
Edge Cooper to me is just one of those guys in a couple years that you're gonna say like, oh, okay, so you got the dudes in San Francisco, you get the dudes in Baltimore, and you have the guys in Green Bay. Bullard is gonna be a starter right away. Like he is such a great compliment to McKinley. And then Marshawn Lloyd, Dan Jeremiah said he's the best back in the draft. Also getting Kalen King late. A year ago, Kalen King was getting mocked in the first round. I thought they killed him. Okay, we are back with Angels Heavenly Top 10, his post-draft list. Here we go. All right, before we get started in this, let's take a look at his pre-draft list. I can't remember how long ago this was. A couple weeks, though.
It was about a month and a half-ish before the draft.
Yeah, so a lot of trades have gone down as well.
Trades and rumors.
Got to make sure we bring that up as you explain the first one. Chiefs, Lions, Ravens, Niners, Bengals were your top 5. And then Packers, Eagles, Texans, Bills, all the way at number 9. I remember being pissed off about that.
Yeah, you were pretty
Also, that the Packers are above the Eagles. That's pretty stupid. And the Browns at number 10. Interesting to see how this changes up because a lot of trades went down. Obviously, a big draft. Let's get that post-draft list up there and take a look at them together. So your top 3 are the same.
Yes.
Didn't move around. And 4, actually. You got the Niners there. The changes start at number 5. Let's take it actually from the bottom, though, because out go the Browns, in come the Steelers. Little AFC North team there.
Yeah.
Why the Browns out, first of all?
I think just because the Steelers improved so much through the draft, and the Browns had no capital to improve. So obviously they're gonna look better because they've added talent. While the Browns have they had a decent draft, but they only have like 4 or 5 picks. The Steelers added like day 1 starters, left tackle, center, obviously.
So the Browns are the only team that fell out of your top 10, right?
Yes, because Pittsburgh killed the draft.
Okay, so this is just a straight up Steelers jump the Browns.
Steelers jump the Browns.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. What did the Browns do in the draft? I feel like they're super quiet.
Well, because their first pick was in the 3rd round.
That's
They
why.
are in kind of cap hell. They traded one of their picks for like Jerry Jeudy. So I guess you can include Jerry Jeudy into the draft picks.
Yeah.
But the totality of what the Steelers did in the offseason and at offensive line, it's just there might be how the Browns were the surprise team last year. There might be Pittsburgh this year.
I'm down with this as long as the Steelers don't waste a bunch of time and start Russell Wilson. Just get over with it. Start Justin Fields already.
Yeah.
And I'm down with this because I think Justin Fields is better than Deshaun Watson right now. I think the roster's better. I think the defense is a wash, but I think the offense is just going to operate better, especially if they land someone like a DK Metcalf.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm okay with that. Boys, any thoughts on Steelers over Browns?
I love it, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of hype is going into that, Fields and everything. I think if Fields can be anything at all, they definitely deserve to be, over the divisional foe.
Yeah.
I think when the pre-draft list came out, we had all kind of talked that the Steelers were right at number 11.
I think
that was, yeah.
For all of us. So draft got them up there.
I mean, besides Fields too, like they had, like you said, a strong draft. I love them there. You have the Bengals here falling from 5.
Yeah, this
to
one I want to
9.
hear.
I know we got some Bengal fans in the house here. Tell me about how the Bengals dropped 4 spots.
Because what confidence has this team given you that they're going to keep T. Higgins? That they're going that it's just a lot of too many questions with this team and too many. It's not really their fault. It's just everyone else below them has had a good draft and a good month. This is what happens. This is how competitive the NFL is. And also the T. Higgins thing just scares me. It just smells of a big distraction. They haven't said anything. They're letting players go. Defensive end, I'm blanking out now. Since then, Trey Hendrickson demanded a trade. It's just a lot of stuff. It's like, I don't know if I believe in this team as much as I once did because everyone who was their star or role player or whatever wants out. They lost Tyler Boyd. They keep losing guys. They lost Joe Mixon. They're losing guys plus Burrow. Let's look. We love Burrow. Awesome quarterback. Huge question mark still. Can he stay healthy enough to win a Super Bowl even? We don't even know that. And they did some stuff on the offensive line, but still, it's enough for me to move them back.
Now you're saying can he stay healthy just long enough to win a Super Bowl?
Yeah,
because he's definitely capable of healthy.
Yeah. It's just health for him.
Additions for them in the offseason, at least the big one. Sheldon Rankins comes over from the Texans. Yeah. Zach Moss, I forgot he went there. Zach Moss goes to the Bengals. Mike Gesicki. Is someone going to finally use him right?
Probably not.
So. Probably not. Over from the Ravens, Geno Stone. I forgot about that.
Yep.
That's interesting. Von Bell comes over, Tanner Hudson, Keenan Davis-Gaither. So, yeah, not huge additions. My thing with this is, like, they're pretty much the same team when you ranked them last time. So you must have really liked what the Bills, Texans, Packers did in the last month to move them 4 spots. I think that's too much. I think it's too drastic. You guys, any thoughts on that?
No, I'm the same way. To go from a top 5 to like literally barely getting in the top 10, that's a really dramatic drop.
I see what he's saying, though. It's not necessarily that they dropped. It's that the 4 teams that were below them all have improved their roster since the draft.
Yeah.
And the Bengals have not.
Also, I don't want to nitpick what you were saying, but didn't Coach say that the DN thing was more of just he wanted more money, not really he wants out?
That's what JB said. That's what
I think he had mentioned that.
Or either way, but like I said though, there's too many distractions, too many question marks for this team to just stay at number 5. Like the top teams in the top 5, not a lot of question marks there, not a lot of what ifs, a lot of certainties there.
So, I guess then with that thought, the Bills go up 1 spot, stay ahead of them. Can't think of another contending team that has lost more people than the Bills. Also, Stephon Diggs has been lost in this month and a half, and yet you still have him above the Bengals.
Yeah.
Is that just because of Josh Allen?
Yeah, I'd like Josh Allen better than. I think this team is still a well-built team.
You don't think they have as many questions as the Bengals?
I think their distractions are now gone, aka Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
No, for like the Bills lost guys, but they lost guys because how do I explain this? Josh Allen and that team is a better unit and a better team than the Bengals are right now. Josh Allen's done more with less. Like last year, they had a horrible start and they had to use a bunch of and everyone was hurt last year. They had to do a bunch of stuff. Von Miller didn't work out. Micah Hyde was out. A lot of stuff. I just trust them more to get further in the playoffs because like what they did last year. No one ever thought we were on them by week 4. Like, this team's done. This team whatever. And they came back. It's that trust they built last year that they could do a lot with very little. And then last year the Bengals when they had little they didn't do much. That's where like when
they didn't have Burrow.
Well, I'm just saying that's what I saw, and the big factor here is I'm starting to like Josh Allen a little bit better than I like Joe Burrow.
Where you guys at right now with Bills versus Bengals?
I would have the Bengals. I don't care about the with the whole Higgins thing. I think there are a lot more going on there than in Buffalo.
Yeah, like potentially losing Higgins versus actually losing Stephon Diggs.
Stephon Diggs, exactly.
AJ,
I think what Angel might be doing and what I'd probably do too here is unfairly baking in Joe Burrow's health history. Like that may not be fair, but regardless, it's what's in our minds here when we're ranking these 2 teams.
Yeah.
To Angel's point, this would be Josh Allen only threw 29 touchdowns last year, and that's with 18 interceptions. Didn't have like great touchdown to interception ratio last year. Obviously, did nothing next to nothing with Stephon Diggs down the stretch. And so maybe they're thinking, listen, we didn't need Stephon Diggs last year. Josh Allen was MVP conversation guy. Maybe they give the ball more here too. I tell you what, James Cook is a very interesting pick this year without a Stephon Diggs there. I think for me, where they lose me is that there's so much pressure on Keon Coleman to come in and be the guy. They said as much. Josh Allen said, we expect big things from him right away, hitting the ground running. For me, in the AFC, that's just too much. I would drop the Bengals personally myself. Let's move on here. You have the Texans moving up one spot, and that's just because you think they're just better than the Bills and Bengals. I'm probably with you there. You guys.
Yeah. Big. It's hard for me to keep the Texans. I had to really check myself. Like I could really fall in love with this Texas team really fast. I love Stroud. I love the veteran ads that are going to be impact players right away. But I got to be careful here because a lot of big dogs in a top 5.
So the Stephon Diggs doesn't really concern you too much because the Bills rose up because they got rid of him, and the Bengals Texans, did they rise up on your list too? Yeah, and then the Texans got up because they added him.
Well, they also add a lot of stuff. They also add a lot more than just Stephon Diggs. But yeah, no, I get the point. Stephon Diggs, whatever. They added a lot, and this is a strong lock. I'm not saying there's not a strong locker room over there in Buffalo. It's just I like this team better. That's just point blank.
I think they're. I don't know if they're a better roster actually, but I trust their weapons more. Obviously, they have just better weapons. I think the defense is just going to get better and better as long as they're under DeMeco Ryans. But I still have. We haven't talked about this in a while. I still have my concerns about Stephon Diggs and his mental state going in there, wanting to get paid.
Young quarterback.
He's trying to, number one, obviously, like he is making a statement, get in there, wanting to prove I am still one of the best receivers, if not the best receiver in the league, and I expect to be paid like it next year. So I still have my questions in when Tank Dell has 9 catches for 200 yards and he has 3 catches for 48 yards. What is Stephon Diggs like that? That's my big thing with him. But it's hard not to like the Texans, man. They're fun.
Yeah.
They're fun. Next, you have Gabe's Packers at number 6. They didn't move.
No, I like the Packers a lot. Great draft.
They had a great draft.
Now I want to see them repeat it. That's the biggest thing with teams who are rising. Same with Texans. They did it one year. Can you do it again? Texans and Packers kind of in the same realm where they've just gotten better. They haven't lost anyone big. They've had a key free agent ads plus a pretty good draft. I think the Packers are just right there, but they're outside the top 5 because I haven't seen them do enough yet.
I'll push back a little bit. I've been mostly positive about the Packers. I still do think Josh Jacobs is a step back from Aaron Jones. Josh Jacobs has had one good year in his career, and it was his contract year. Other than that, he's been a very inefficient runner. He's good in pass pro, okay in the pass game, but I think Aaron Jones, literally, we saw 1U games. A good Aaron Jones is so much better than a good Josh Jacobs. Like, that guy could take over games. So I think that's a step back. And so the only way for me that you're talking me into them repeating last year is if Jordan Love takes a huge step to kind of mitigate those losses.
Well, you said a good Aaron Jones is better than a good Josh Jacobs?
Absolutely.
So the best Josh Jacobs year was this.
I take 4 touchdowns in the playoffs against the Cowboys. Aaron Jones,
But that year he's
a game changer.
The year that Josh Jacobs had, that was a pretty good year that he had.
Remember what a good Aaron Jones is.
Yeah.
Like
I think people forget he's hurt all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a couple great games, like 1 or 2 great
Gabe,
games.
you're a Packers fan, Gabe. Like, how important was Aaron Jones in the playoff run?
He's very important, but I think we have to remember, I think the offensive lines on both teams also too should say a lot. You bring Jacobs over to into the Green Bay Packers, he's probably going for 1,300 yards if everyone stays healthy. That's definitely winnable, especially with our offense.
One thing, and really the last thing we'll talk about here, because the top 4 are the same, you have the Eagles jumping the Packers. I personally love that. And I think it's very, very true. Saquon Barkley.
C.J. Gardner-Johnson.
Obviously,
Bryce Huff.
Yep.
The loss is obviously huge. Kelsey, Fletcher Cox. But like most of these teams, killed the freaking draft. My favorite corner, Quentin Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, 2nd round. What did I say the whole draft? Teams that attack their area of weakness aggressively usually do pretty good next year. This is what they did. Last year, they were very bad. DB's corner, they were not good. They just addressed it. They even they have too many guys now. Now they got to figure out where everyone's going to play. Yeah. This is a good problem to have, and that's why they're a top 5 team.
I obviously love their draft. I love Cooper DeJean and Quinion Mitchell not only addressing a need, but addressing it while still not having to reach for one of those guys.
Yeah,
I think that's obviously awesome. I do have my concern right now, honestly, would be the pass rush. You lose Hassan Reddick. You're bringing Bryce Huff, who has done it in a rotational role, but now that volume is going to jump. You're going to rely on Nolan Smith a lot more than they had to last year in his rookie year. You need him to step up. Brandon Graham's definitely older now. His final stint as an Eagle. Fletcher Cox gone, so you need Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis. You're also changing the defense. Vic Fangio is going to come and just do something the Eagles have never done since I followed the Eagles and go to a straight 3-4. I think the question is all the changes on defense. I think the offense is kind of a real bounce back year. AJ, obviously the other Eagles fan in the house. How you feeling with the Eagles post draft?
I mean, the draft was incredible. I had a doctor's appointment today, and we always talk football. So we talked the draft, and he asked me, he's like, "Oh, so like how the Eagles do?" I said, he's like, "What'd they do?" I said, "What didn't they do?" Well, it's just exactly what you said. Attacking a position of need. That's exactly what we did in the draft.
Yeah.
I feel so confident with the additions that we've made in both free agency and the draft. I think this is a perfect spot for them.
Yeah. And we talked about that with them. Not only them, though, also another team here. You have 2 on your list, the Lions. Also, I love what they did.
Yes.
Because they were, I think if they have this DB group last year, they're in the Super Bowl.
Oh,
that was really their one major weakness, but it was a major weakness.
Yeah.
In the defensive backfield, they had Carlton Davis, and of course drafted Ennis Rakeshaw, who we had in the 20s in the first round, and Terran Arnold. I love them at number 2. I think this is a huge year for the Lions. This is your year. You just hosted the draft. Now make a Super Bowl run. Sorry, Packers.
Yeah.
Well, we're coming for him.
Those are going to be great games.
I know.
Those Lions-Packers games.
Oh, God.
I'm waiting for the schedule to release. That's the one I might go to.
Sprinkle in Caleb Williams. Why not?
Yeah. And then J.J. McCarthy, if he's anything, we'll find out really soon because this division is pretty tough.
Yeah, it's pretty tough.
Sometimes I hate competition.
Guys, any thoughts on the top 5 that would kind of stand out to you? I think pretty solid. I liked it last time. I like it now. Honestly, this is what I would say. I'm kind of getting a little weary of seeing the Ravens up there because it's the same thing with them every single time.
I was gonna say that about the Niners. It's the same thing with them every
I
time.
got a little more patience with them, but yeah, I get kind of they're on that road there. Also, noticeably absent here. You got to piss a lot of people off. The Dallas Cowboys. Because they would not like that.
Well,
they're all in. I don't know if you know.
They're all in.
They're all in, Angel. Yeah. Also, probably, honestly, the Raiders, a lot of people are going to be mad about the Raiders.
No. You're fine.
I'm not saying they're right. I'm just saying the Raider fan. You know what I'm saying?
No, actually, the only team who I thought, man, maybe I should have put him in after was the Miami Dolphins, but they lost a lot of guys too.
See, that's another team.
They lost. Well, they didn't help themselves out last year. They couldn't beat anyone who had who was a good team.
Yeah.
No, but
you know what they did during the draft? Added a ton of speed.
Yeah,
and another running back.
Yeah. And then I think number 1, I'm never gonna
Chiefs.
Yeah, just do it. It's Michael Jordan in his prime. Just it's gonna happen. Just sit back and accept it.
Mahomes is not even hiding anymore. Did you see him on the Impulsive podcast today? He just shared, we're gonna win it again.
Yeah. It's just because he's just in his prime, and you sit back. It reminds you of all these, generational players in every sport. Like he's just the best.
He's not even afraid just to say that.
Yeah,
in May.
And then
knows.
no one
knows. Yeah,
no one bats an eye because everyone's like, he probably will.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know what I thought? Oh, damn it, I believe you.
Yeah.
It's like next year.
Yeah, Chiefs are number 1 for sure. I think I like the list for
I
the
think
most part.
3 teams too that I love here,
Yeah.
and I could put them anywhere in these 3 spots. Is 5, 6, and 7. The Eagles, the Packers, Texans. Put them anywhere in those 3 spots, and I'd be fine with it.
Yeah, they all improve in the draft and in free agency. They all have young quarterbacks. Yeah. It's just like I think the Eagles are a little closer maybe to the Niners tier. But either way, I could see why you're saying.
I'm just happy to be there, man. Last year at this time we were like 25.
Yeah.
Big question marks. Now we're 6. I'm happy with 6.
That's what a quarterback can do for you.
What's crazy is that I can see a scenario where 1 through 9 at any given point during the season, any of those teams could be number 1.
Yeah.
They all have that in them where
Thank
1
you,
through
Joey.
9 could be number 1. That's just what the NFL is in such a good spot right now.
Oh yeah, quarterbacks galore. And then you just said next year's draft. There's 6, 7 quarterbacks.
God,
It could
I
be
can't
more
wait for that.
quarterbacks. It's just the toughest.
Shador to the Panthers. Let's
Sure
do it.
to the Panthers. Sure to the Broncos. Let's make it happen.
I cannot
No, I'm
wait
just kidding.
for
I'm
that.
just kidding.
I cannot wait for
Sure
that.
Sanders. He's
Deion Sanders in the green room after draft.
Yep.
God.
All cameras on that man. Man, that's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be fantastic.
Yeah, we gotta get JB on for that because he can't stand them.
Let's try to get a reaction.
He is not a fan.
Yeah, I can't wait to talk to JB about it.
That's our show for today, guys. Thanks so much for joining us for this Angels Heavenly Top 10 post-draft edition. Had a good time. Good list, Angel. Thanks for that.
Yeah, good list.
Thanks to Terrell for jumping on from the phone. Good luck over there to the Thoroughgoods in Atlanta. And we will see you again on Sunday with actually an AJ segment, fantasy winners and losers from the draft. We'll see you then. Bye.
Peace.